at the People's Convoy. Anyway, all right. So I am going with um, Dan tomorrow morning, and then I will go with Ron the next day. And I am going to see. Who am I looking for? I want to talk with these three women because this one woman has an amazing story. So, one day to help out, and then everybody there. So I was wondering if I could ask you to talk to me on camera about your experience.
It depends on where that's going. Because I work for a company that I'm not on social media.
You probably should.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
I'm
you're
not
not
on social media.
Okay.
I purposely not. And I work for Microsoft, so I'm very
Oh,
careful.
I see.
You know,
Glad I asked.
Yeah. I
All right.
almost turned my phone off coming
Thank
in
you.
here just to
Oh,
be-
really? Oh, wow. That's sad.
I'm sorry.
No, it's no
But
problem.
listen, I'm exploring a lot of avenues in terms of how I can get involved, and
Right.
if all goes well, I may leave Microsoft and pursue that as a career. So I'm very much starting to get involved.
Yeah.
And
Because
I
you
love
have
all of it.
quite a story to tell.
I've lived it.
Yeah.
I've lived it, and I have to tell the young people this.
Yeah.
They need to understand.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot more to football and this and this.
Yeah.
There's life that's
Right.
out there, and it can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just there's too much at stake.
Yeah. There's a lot at stake. Yeah. I'm glad these guys are doing it.
Listen, my nephew went to college. I witnessed it. He went to college. He came back totally on the left side. He voted for Brandon. You know, and that was very troubling for me because his mom is from Iran. His aunt escaped from Iran, and he voted for Biden. It's very disturbing. But the way he's being brainwashed is so disturbing to me.
Yeah.
Multiply that by how many people graduated last year, you know? So they're multiplying. The way they're multiplying and brainwashing people
Yeah.
is so concerning to me. So we just have to talk to people. We have to send a message and talk
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah. Quite the story you have. I know there's a lot of stories like that in our country. In the
There's a lot of people from all these different countries who have lost their freedom and they left everything behind. And
Yeah.
came here just for the opportunity to start from scratch.
Yeah.
You have to work.
Yeah.
You have to work.
But sometimes, some countries, you work and work and work, and you can't make accomplish
You get
anything.
nowhere because
Yeah.
there's no such thing as, you know,
Right.
opportunity to be who you want to be. There's no
Yeah.
such thing outside of being around. So
Yeah.
we have to understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get that until they reach a certain age. you
Yeah.
know? So, it's okay. It's okay. We have to
Yeah.
speak the truth.
Well, keep speaking up. I appreciate it. I really do. For my kids and grandkids,
What do you
people
do?
like you. So I work for UncoverDC, and no, it's nothing to do with DC. It's just it's a long story, but we have done probably some of the best reporting on the pandemic and COVID and the election, and I mean it's an independent outlet, and we don't go by clicks, so we really are very well sourced, and we
The website?
yes, UncoverDC.
UncoverDC.com?
Yes. I have some cards here. Yeah. So there you go. There's two of them there. My hand is so cold. But yeah, my name is Wendi. Nope. Nope. No. I would never do that. Yeah, I'm Wendi. And I'm gonna go the whole way. So I was gonna tell you that when I was living in London back in the 70s, my father was doing a lot of work in Iran and the both places, and he was over there, and my mom got a phone call, and he was in the airport, and the airport collapsed, the roof collapsed, and he saw people. He was in this little enclosed grass area before entering a certain part of the airport, so it created a vacuum, and so he was safe, but the roof collapsed. They said it was the snow on the roof. I don't know, he never knew to this day, but he saw people being decapitated and completely killed in front of his eyes. He was in the 70s, so like 74, 75, something in that arena. Was never publicized outside of the country, and my mom got the phone call and he said, "I'm all right." She said, "What do you mean you're all right?" Because, well, the airport roof collapsed. He used to do a lot of work over there. Anyway.
So, Len just walked out.
Yeah. So, some people went in there and started decapitating people?
No, it's just that the roof collapsed, but he doesn't know why, whether it was something, detonated, or it was just actually, I mean, in a country like that, you never know. Where are you from?
Pasadena, but originally. Are you?
No, I don't have
okay,
you on.
no.
I don't have you on the camera. No.
Yeah, but I like the smartphone here.
Oh, thank you.
What is it?
It's like a silk
little
pencil.
foil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I won't film you if you don't want me to. Anyway, thank you for talking.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for your work.
Yeah.
What's the main thing that you do? Is it the mandates or is it
Everything. Elections, border, COVID, pandemic.
Do you work with Project
No.
Okay.
No. It's UncoverDC.
Yeah. But I just thought maybe you guys.
I mean, I've written stories on Project Gilbert.
I just thought maybe you guys traded stories.
Oh, no. We write our own stories. But anyway, thank you for talking with me. And thank you for coming out. Oh, thank you. Woo! It's so cold. What happened? All right. They didn't want me to film them, so that's why the camera was pointed at the flags. That lady was from Iran, and she works for Microsoft, and she did not want to be filmed. So there you have it. Things are kind of winding down here, and I'm going to go find my people. A lot of my shoes are full of sand. Oh my goodness. My camera started acting up and I had to restart my phone. That's why there was some wonky video there. It's out in the field, technical problems. Oh my gosh. So these people have signed their truck. There they are! They're my people! Let me see here. We've got, see, this is for his campaign. Joey Gilbert. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Hi. Oh, yay! Oh my God, I'm so cold. Oh my gosh, it's cool.
Come in. Yeah.
Oh, I have my camera on. Is that okay?
Hi, camera.
All right.
All right. Who's got a let's
I
go,
have to let
Brandon?
people know.
Let's go, Brandon.
So I was outside interviewing a lady, and she didn't want to be on camera. She's from Iran, and she works for Microsoft, so
Oh wow.
she didn't want to have too much.
Yeah.
All right,
Fired.
so
She'd
hi.
get fired. She
Yeah.
was, from Iran, working for Microsoft. You have Bill Gates call her up and say, You're fired. Double fired because she's probably not vaccinated either.
Triple fired.
Yeah.
Triple fired.
Triple
So
boosted.
I spoke with this young man for quite a long time.
I'm sorry. Still got ears left? Hair's not on fire?
Yeah.
No, he was actually
Yeah,
good.
Spencer's great. He's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, he does. He sure does. So you've got. So what flag is that?
I don't know. It's like a blue line, green line, red line.
Because back the blue. Back the blue.
Yeah, it's like
And
a
then what's the
back-
green one?
Back to green.
It better not be climate change or else.
No,
I'm
no,
not-
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Can't you tell global warming out
Like,
there?
please don't let it be that.
Don't go out there with global warming.
White is purity.
Oh, right is purity.
So I when all this went down, when they were starting the riots and everything, I decided to feed the police in my town, and so I fed six. I've been doing it since then,
Oh, wow.
and I started with about 80 police officers, and it's in our central precinct. And then after the riots calmed down, I do like 30 to 40. Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So all right. So tell me where you're from,
I am from Las Vegas, Nevada.
and what's your purpose here?
My purpose is to do what you're doing, actually, cover it with media. I'm a media director for Joey Gilbert, who's running for a gubernatorial position in the state of Nevada. He's fighting for our freedom, our faith, and our family. Our absolute rights are under tyranny right now, and that is why we are here. We are on the front lines, fighting for our freedom at any and every event that we can get our hands on.
Yeah, I've heard him speak. He's a very impressive guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he seems very straightforward to me.
He's very intelligent. He's been suing our current governor
Yeah,
quite a few times because the lack of freedom of choice.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Mass.
but now you guys are only going to be able to go to Kingman. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, we're gonna get to Kingman. We're gonna head back to Nevada and
'Cause you're
continue our
campaigning.
campaign. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There was
we're
a-
we're literally leading the polls out there in Nevada right now. So we've been fighting.
That's
really.
amazing.
Yeah, we're killing it out there. So
How did you think the election went in Nevada?
it was. How did it go? Or
Yeah, like what do you think? Do you think it was an honest election in Nevada?
Not negatory, not at all. There's thousands and thousands of families registered at buildings that don't even exist in certain properties. That's all
Yeah.
over the state of Nevada, Washoe County and Clark County.
Yeah.
I don't think it's honest at all. So
Yeah, there's a lot of that fake addresses and multiple people voting out of pizzerias and
absolutely.
Yeah, we've
The
done a
voter
lot of-
rolls, they haven't been cleaned in years.
Yeah.
And,
was there any ballot trafficking or harvesting
Yeah,
there?
yeah, absolutely. But it's actually it's legal with Nevada now. So both
Not
sides-
trafficking, harvesting.
No, harvesting.
Yes.
Is correct.
Yeah, trafficking
Yeah,
is illegal.
yeah. No, absolutely.
Hope so.
Absolutely. So
I mean, yeah. Because I mean, you know what they found in Georgia, with Through the Vote and everything.
So if it's such a very organized cheat of the election, how many people do you think are behind it? Wow, it's got to
Yeah.
be a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
That's frightening. Frightening. Not frightening, but
So, what do you think is
Disgusting.
going to happen in the next election?
which one?
which one? The primaries?
2022.
the
Yeah,
generals?
2022.
The presidential election?
No,
The-
22, and then we'll talk about 24 because that's
Yeah, well,
22. Do you think
they're
they'll?
gonna try to do more of the same. I'm sure they're probably developing other plans to change. They're already trying to change laws, change election laws, so they can do more things like ballot harvesting, go and help people vote for the candidates they want, even though they don't say that. That ends up being what happens. And we gotta figure out how to roll back everything that they've done to take and minimize people's voices and destroy the integrity of the voting system.
Mhm.
And the only way to do that is clean the voting rolls and repeal those idiotic laws that the Democrats have passed.
Yeah.
And get back to accountable and free elected government.
Yeah.
You know? And most people don't feel like the government's elected; it's chosen. And if
Yeah.
you have that much cheating going on, who's choosing it? Not me,
Yeah.
not you,
Right.
not the people watching this.
Right.
Definitely people that we don't want to have in charge because you got nefarious purposes in mind. If you cheat in an election, you're going to do other rotten, horrible things.
Nice. Christine here?
Who knows how bad it's going to get?
No, she went.
Where-
No.
Is
She's in one of the
Sharon
trucks.
here?
I'm
here. Will
Yeah.
you come on and take the picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So you've been
I
running-
think one of the biggest things that we need to avoid is voter apathy, and that's literally up to people like us getting on.
Yeah,
the
that
front
is
lines,
problematic.
and
People are
we need to instill
disheartened.
confidence in the vote. But I mean, if you don't have confidence in the vote, then that's a call-in for you to become a poll worker.
I was going to say, have you been able to kind of light a fire under
No,
people's butts to get them out?
There's, in Nevada, say like in southern Nevada, there's a lot of grassroots movements that have been created to help election integrity all over the place. We had people coming out at Washoe County. Reno is in Washoe
Right.
County,
Yeah.
Nevada. And they rose up and brought them evidence to the county commissions to help ensure election integrity. So it's not just a movement for, say, our biggest counties. It's all over the place, all over Nevada. People are mad. People are very mad. But one thing we have to do is ensure that confidence in our election process. And the only way to do that is get involved.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't sit there and talk this and not walk that. We
Yeah.
have to get involved. And that
Yeah.
includes becoming a poll worker. There's many things you can
Yeah.
do.
Poll watcher,
We
poll
have to,
worker.
well, you know, a poll watcher is a different story. I don't know how it is in other states, but it
Oh.
literally, it's like for me, watching a ballot all the way, literally about 40 feet away.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, there's no accountability there. We need accountability.
Right.
So we have to get involved. All of us have to get involved. We cannot skip this step, or we're
Do
going to lose it all forever.
Do you feel like people are getting involved
Absolutely,
in your state?
absolutely. No-
So you
no
feel
doubt
the
about it.
movement?
Oh, it's there. It's there.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. We are going to hold each and every one of these people accountable. So,
You looking at my
Absolutely.
hair?
yeah, right.
It's
Really
very
should.
fascinating. I
If
know.
you guys have not seen this woman's hair, you have to check it out.
Yes, I get a lot of comments on my hair. It's kind of magical.
But yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So
what
there
would
is
you
something
say
we can
that-
do.
All right. So, what would you say is Joey's greatest strength, and what will he bring to his office?
Yeah, we have to pick one.
Yeah. All right.
His
Three.
greatest strength, I believe, is listening to his people and leading the way, putting action that is louder than words.
Yeah.
Whether he was at a county commission meeting today as a private citizen. Imagine that. When have you seen a politician
Yeah.
at a county commission meeting? He's at county commission meetings.
Yeah.
He's at our school district meetings, health board meetings. In Nevada, we have gaming board commissions.
Yeah.
He's involved. He's
Yeah.
fighting on all front lines. He has
Yeah.
sued our
Can I
governor.
sit down here, man?
Absolutely.
Oh, thanks.
He has sued our governor. He is one of the lead strategists for American frontline doctors. And his greatest strength is that fire in his heart.
Yeah.
He has emotional intelligence, and he knows how to use it.
Yeah, he is a really bright
He
guy.
is a
It seems
fire
like he is.
Brand is what you call a
Yeah.
firebrand. And he
So
knows
how
what
did
he
you get
says.
involved with him? How did you
I
meet?
was one of those, let's say, very mad constituents, and it was at county commission meetings, school board meetings,
for you.
election meetings, and I got involved. I started running into Joey, and I literally picked up a camera, started following him, and this is where we're at. It's insane. We've been all over the country together, and it's an insane. You can't make this stuff up. Like, this is, to me, this is God opening the doors for our people to thrive, his children to thrive. That's where we're at. So, if you want to know what Joey's, one of his greatest strengths is literally, it's like the power of the grassroots movement, God's children right behind him. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to stop. We're going to grow bigger and stronger, and we will hold any one of you against us accountable, and we're not going to stop.
Yeah.
We will not stop. This is bigger than a gubernatorial position.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
So,
So I
Absolutely.
imagine that even if he, for some odd reason, unexpected reason, that he did not win, he would probably continue to do the same things
Absolutely,
he's doing
there's
now.
no doubt. And we'll be right behind him. And there's thousands and thousands of people in Nevada backing him. Grassroots movement backing him. We have powers that are against him that don't want him to win because he's out there. He's chased the truth. He's shown the truth, and they don't want him to win because of it.
Yeah.
That should make you question a few things.
Yeah.
This is why his movement is growing so fast. It's like a fire in a very dry forest. It's not going to stop.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop. It's like these convoys. It's
Yeah.
like that. People
Yeah.
wake up to it. It's incredible. It's actually very incredible to witness.
I hope we got more trucks coming in tomorrow. But I mean, I imagine we'll pick up some.
Yeah,
along the
it'll
way.
grow. It'll grow. Especially that Kingman Point. You guys are going to have a couple convoys meeting up.
Yeah,
So,
I heard that.
absolutely.
I've heard it's a pretty big area also.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, and the fact that they're not planning to obstruct roadways, and they're not planning to get in trouble with authorities, and they're not planning to go into DC, and I mean that's not going to work. It's just not going to work. That stuff is not going to work. How our country's set up right now,
no.
you have to be peaceful and
Absolutely.
happy warriors.
Well, hopefully our peaceful protesting isn't obstructed in any form or fashion.
Yeah,
Because that'll tell the whole world exactly where our government is at.
yeah,
And that's like telling on yourself, really.
yeah. There's been a lot of that lately, of our
Absolutely.
government telling
Yeah,
on
right.
itself, right?
Every time you turn around, they let something out of the bag, and you're like, wow,
Yeah, that's something.
wow, that's
Oh,
evil. And
Look at that. They pulled their own pants down again.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah,
over.
the pandemic was really something.
Yeah.
It was great.
That
Just some
documentary?
great stuff right there.
Yeah. Now,
Not really.
are you talking about the documentary?
No, I'm just talking
Oh,
about.
the
I'm being
pandemic
sarcastic.
itself.
The
Okay,
pandemic. I'm being very sarcastic.
Well, you
that
know,
was
it
some great
woke
stuff.
up-
Yay!
There's
Go America.
two sides to that. I mean, it woke up a lot of
It did.
people. It really did. And it showed some of the flashes of true evil in this world. Unfortunately to some people couldn't get out of bed after knowing some of the stuff that was happening just to our own, let's say, civilization.
So let me ask you this. So I ask everybody this. Did you guys feel like in the beginning, were you pretty much onto it from the beginning, in terms of mask working or not, or COVID being what they were saying was, or cases being what they were saying? Like, were you guys pretty on target and understood what was happening, or were you fearful and it took you some time?
No, I knew right away something wasn't right. Like it just did not ever sit correctly with me.
Just instinctively.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense.
Did you say anything to your friends about it, or did you feel like you were going to be ostracized, or how did that go down?
No, I was just not really concerned about the hype. It felt very hyped up.
Right.
Okay.
yeah, who all thought it was going to die down?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when the truth came out, nobody was dying, and nobody was getting as sick as they claimed. There was no
Yeah.
body bags, no mass graves. Like, I thought, okay, well, they've proven that this is wrong, and we're going to be over here pretty soon. And on and on and on it went. We're still here
Yeah.
dealing with this.
It is
'Cause
kind of unbelievable.
they ate some of that candy cane, and it tasted good, and they grabbed another handful, and they keep eating that sugar barrel, and it's rotting their teeth, and now everybody's seeing how sick they're getting from it.
Yeah.
But they just can't put it down because they're addicted to it, hitting that panic button.
So how has it been? How has it been in your state in terms of masks, mandates? Because I haven't really covered that much ever since the election.
Just about as bad as
Very
California.
impressive,
There was a
yes.
pact between California, Nevada,
It's called the
Oregon.
Western Pact.
The Western
Yeah,
Pact.
and they all followed along with the sycophants. Basically, just what Trudeau is doing in Canada, being as oppressive as they could possibly get away with, expanding government as fast as they can, and they always want to gobble up more power. Every time you turn around, there's some sort of crisis, and they say, "Well, we got this crisis. We need more money and more power," and then that never fixes it. I mean, look where we're at right now. How much money have they blown through, and nothing's been fixed. Nothing's better. It's worse every year. Every year the Democrats are in control. You can't trust them anymore. You can't trust them with the future. You can't even trust them going to war. If there was a war and a country invaded this country right now, I wouldn't trust a Democrat to declare war or go to war or anything.
Yeah.
Because based on the history of what they've done, everything they touch turns to dust.
So what about your kids, like in schools, and are they still masking and all that right now?
The polls have shown that it's really bad for elections. And now Sisolak has turned that off. And he said that, okay, you don't have to wear masks anymore, and it's going to be your own choice. But the emergency powers are there, and they can turn it back on anytime they want to.
So they're still in operation, emergency powers?
They still mask people on planes and trains and
Kids
public
on
transportation,
buses. Kids on buses as well, absolutely.
So
it's still there. We're literally one state emergency away from them literally seizing anybody's property. Like it's there all over the country. It's plain and simple. But as soon as we delve through the ones and zeros of what was going on, because nobody really knew what was going on in the beginning.
and once we get in there, we're going to dig through everything and find every evil, corrupt thing they've done. We're going to find out where all the billions and billions of monies that were supposed to be given to the people never got checks. Where'd all the money go? There was no state checks sent out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where's all the appropriations of money that were supposed to go to these programs? We don't know, but we're going to find out. And that's what they're afraid of. They're running scared. Joey's not running from office. Joey's going to be in office. Everybody else is running from Joey.
That is correct.
You look around and he walks into a room for a speech or debate, and there's cheers and there's clapping like the president of the United States just walked in the room. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen anything like it from the governor's office, from any governor's office. Even DeSantis didn't get that until he started fighting against the corrupt regime.
Mm-hmm.
And now people cheer for DeSantis. Well, they cheer the same way for Joey, and he's just a candidate for now.
Yeah.
But barring election corruption, he's going to be the next governor. And we're going to do great things in Nevada. We're going to get back our rights. We're going to make Nevada worth moving to, worth people's future, worth people's kids. We're not going to be 51st in the nation in our schools anymore.
Yeah.
Behind Puerto Rico, which was destroyed by a hurricane.
Yeah.
No reason we should.
Is that what your ranking is?
Absolutely. Now it's back.
Holy
Puerto Rico.
So
freaking
at the end of the
moly.
day, we have to fix our exactly what he's saying.
Huh.
We have to fix because this is all about our kids' future. We have to fix our kids' education system. The whole system, the whole public school system is. We got more money than 48 other states in the United States. And we dropped in ranking from 45 to 48th or 51st in the nation, whatever the new, I can't remember what the new poll is right now.
Yeah, the amount of money a state has for education does not correlate with.
How does that happen? How do we get more money and drop in rankings still?
Same as Florida. Florida's number 3 in the nation with the same amount of funds that we have in Nevada.
Absolutely.
Number 3.
Correct.
That is absolutely a superintendent problem, a school administrator problem, a state level problem. They're not doing the right things with the money. So they create this pandemic or this problem, like we have 51st in the nation. What do they say? We need more power. We need more money.
Yeah.
It's never fixed it in the past. It's time to make the schools compete for the money.
Do you guys have vouchers?
That's
one of our how do you say? That's
school choice.
One thing we're trying to push is vouchers that follow children to any school, including homeschool.
Yeah, follow
if you
the child.
Get out of the public school system.
Yeah, it works. If you need if you have a special needs kid, who needs to go to a special school, you take your tax dollars with your voucher, you go there. If you have an excellent kid and he is just not learning enough in school and he needs to go to accelerated classes, you take your voucher and you bring your kid to that school. If you want to homeschool your kid, you homeschool your kid with your tax dollars intact for stuff you need at home. If you need a school that's private, or if you want to go to a Christian school, go take your money there. It's your choice as a parent, where your tax dollars go, and it's your choice as a parent whether you want your kids to wear a mask or not the state's choice. So it's not the choice for them that whether they get a vaccination or not. That's the parents' choice.
So how activated would you say parents in your state are at this point?
Extremely.
Yeah.
I mean, look at California. It's extremely liberal, and they voted out there in San Francisco. They voted out their school board 75% average.
Right.
for all those people. They got them out of there because they're teaching CRT and all this liberal nonsense that was destroying their schools.
Yeah.
And the parents didn't want it. The elected leaders, even in notoriously liberal area, are not representing the population. The same thing's happening in Nevada. They got to get out of there. Their time is up.
Yeah.
They've destroyed everything they've touched. They don't represent the people.
So are you guys, do you know if parents are helping put forward good school board candidates? You know, because that's the thing. It's like people run and then they don't get support that they need. I mean, that's part of it is these local offices and, you know, even running for governor. I mean, it's really hell to run for office, you know, getting support.
A lot of hours, low pay.
Yeah.
Another one of our
you don't do it for the money.
Yeah, another one of our little side projects is literally going through not just the school board, but assembly positions, county commission positions.
Yeah, county clerk, right.
All the way up.
Absolutely.
All the way up. And we teach them how to run. Some of these districts go unopposed. So we're trying to pet people up, show them how to run, and we put them in position.
Yeah.
We put them in position.
Yeah, because that's going to be key.
So, I mean, and that's, you know, the same message, like, from the beginning is literally, let's say General Flynn says it is
Hear that, General Flynn?
that's right, General Flynn. That's my
Yeah.
boy.
He's actually a friend of mine.
He's a very good friend of ours, too.
I
Absolutely.
love him so much.
Local involvement equals national.
Yes, he has been a real warrior out there talking to people, trying to light some fires under people's you-know-whats.
Oh, yeah.
Under their patooties.
Super
He's
glad.
a good man. He's a good man, that one.
Super glad Trump took care of that injustice.
Yeah, he's an amazing man. So did you go to January 6th?
Both December 12th and January 6th.
Because I was at January 6th too with my sisters.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Everybody was
So
hugging.
cold.
It was so cold, and everybody was just holding on to each
Yeah,
other
yeah.
and hugging, and it was an amazing day.
Well, I'm
It
glad
was,
that they
it
didn't
was.
come and lock you up or lock up your funds or.
I kind of expected them to show up at my door, but
I mean, look what they're doing in Canada right now.
yeah.
It's so
They
sad.
vowed to go after every single one of those people that are there, take their money, take their dogs, take their equipment, sell it at auction. Just
Drilling holes in
absolutely
their
destroy
tanks,
it.
draining their
Destroy.
tanks.
Yeah, they're going to sell their trucks at auction, even take their dogs and possibly euthanize them. I mean, that's as bad as you can get, and that's as bad as you can get. And
But-
what's Biden regime doing right now? Are they saying, "Oh, that's bad, don't do that"? Are they applauding? No, they remain silent. And you know what that is? That's acceptance. If you don't speak out against that tyrannical type of disproportional, violent response for peaceful protesters,
Yeah, and
then
this
you're
is-
accepting that.
This is bigger than people realize. It's mostly good versus evil, and you can see the hate in people, and it's so ugly. And they're teaching the children this, and even my 4-year-old nephew still wants to wear his mask, and I'm like, you don't have to, baby. You don't have to put that mask on anymore. Breaks my heart. How do you explain this to them? But they've been so conditioned the last few years.
Well, it's all they know.
And it's child abuse.
Yeah.
And that's why we're on Joey's team, because he is the only one that stood up to fight for our kids.
I want to show you a video real quick. Is that okay?
Sure.
I want you to view it.
Okay. All right. I'm in. I'm on it. Okay, Joey Gilbert, here we go.
One of our greatest presidents once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." My name is Joey Gilbert. I'm running for governor of Nevada. I've called Northern Nevada home my whole life. My father, a Marine Corps veteran, taught me how great this nation can be with a little hard work and appreciation of our nation's values. And I'm teaching the same to my daughter. Right now, we're at a crossroads. Our basic freedoms and way of life are under attack. The courts, the schools, and big corporations that influence every aspect of our daily lives have been captured by a powerful group of elites who want to enslave every generation to come. Make no mistake, this next election is for everything we hold dear. Ask yourself, what have our leaders done to bring back this republic's freedoms enjoyed for generations? And why are they silent on the key issues affecting us every day? Our elections, this nation's most crucial tool for democracy, are broken. Our criminal justice system, which boasts an almost 100% conviction rate, and our out-of-control prison industrial complex is also broken. Our schools, which should be the best in the world, are now springboards to racist ideologies that teach our children to hate each other and hate this nation. Great schools attract businesses, which create jobs, and jobs create prosperity and security that can be shared by all. We fought our governor's unconstitutional and political closing of our churches, and we won. As Director of Strategy for America's Frontline Doctors, we put effective therapeutics and life-saving medications into the hands of Americans that don't want to be part of this experiment. I'll be taking on the election fraud that has plagued this state for decades. Patriots from across America and worldwide know me from the Health and Freedom rallies and the Reawaken America tour. I love Nevadans, I love this state, and I love this country. As a proven fighter and master communicator, I'll take the bureaucracies to task and hold them accountable. Watch any of my talks online or attend a live event and you'll see exactly how I think. Go to gilbertforgovernor.com for more information and to donate. Find me on the only social media platform I'm not censored on, my Telegram channel.
Oh, that's a great ad.
Is that
Very
crazy?
good. Yeah, it's really well done. Really well done.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of work
It
to
is
do in
powerful.
this
Have you
country.
been to the Reawakening tours?
I went to the one in Dallas.
That's where I saw you. I know I've seen you before. Was it either at a weekend conference or
T-shirts.
Yeah.
You sold me a T-shirt.
No, I don't know. I film. That's what I do. I film. No,
Really?
Yeah. I run around.
Were you in the
filming.
back?
No, I was all over the place.
Because I thought maybe you were back, in advertising something or in the back there in those tables. No.
No, I'm all over the place. I literally carry a really big camera, but I'm at every single Reawakening tour, except I didn't go to Canton just this
Yeah, I
last
did.
weekend.
Yeah, he had a good. Jennifer Flynn had a good time at that one. But yeah, I went to the Dallas one. I think it was one of the first. Maybe.
No, it was like the fifth one. Dallas
Was it?
like the fifth one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 'cause had he done one in
Colorado
Oklahoma
Springs was
before?
before that.
No.
Was before
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah, I went to the Dallas one. I've met a
So
lot of really
Joey
nice.
speaks at them quite a bit. So he was in San Antonio or Dallas, which one?
We'll be in San Diego next.
He'll be in San Diego next at the Reawakening.